We totally got skytread as well. Big shout out to my girlfriend who treated me to skytread. I love you, and it's fantastic. It's bloody skytread. I'm deeply excited about this one. In the last video, when I unboxed Megatron, I remembered that people on Twitter had terrible problems with skytread, and that's put me on a little bit of edge. So, there's a wee bit of tension going into this unboxing. Wee bit of kind of, fear. Just drop things on the floor. Wee bit of fear, wee bit of apprehension, wee bit of like, oh, what's going to happen? Is it going to break live on the stream? I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm going to pre-cut it a little bit, pre-cut it. Just a wee bit, just a wee touch. So, when we actually get down to the unboxing business, we'll know fap about as much as the last time. So, yes. Skytread. I am a recent convert to Skytread. I say recent. Whenever I got the Titans Return Skytread, I love that toy. It's fantastic. I'm going to go, once I've unboxed them, I'm going to go put them and get this guy to hold Skytread. It's a wee bit of a shame that you can't get the wee Headmaster Skytread to go to on his head. I mean, you probably can with if you converted it, with any kind of degree of confidence, but I'm not going to do that. I like the design. I like that he's a wee Babby Duocon. I like that he's basically he's like a mass production Overlord type. Like Overlord can go into a jet and a tank, and so can he. Just a wee Babby tank and a wee Babby jet. I've been getting into Gundam recently, and I quite like a lot of Gundams that are like mass production versions of like a protagonist Gundam. There's something weirdly appealing about that, and Skytread does that for me because look at him, he's a wee Decepticon grunt man, but he can basically do what Overlord and Black Shadow, Shy Shadow can do, but smaller, and that's fine. He's more compact. He's not a bad man. I don't know what his character is. I know he turned up in More Than Meets the Eye. I don't know if he's one of the scavengers, isn't he? I don't know if he was one of the ones that survived because I've not really read much deep into. I've read the back end of More Than Meets the Eye, Lost Light, and a little bit at the start, but the meat of it I've not got into yet because I need to get those trades. But yes, the boxes are lovely. I don't know if I covered it much on the Megatron one, but you can see that it's advertising the fact that you can get the Micromasters with the effect parts, and I don't know if I'm into the effect parts all that much really as an extra add-on. I mean, I like the wee doggo that turns into an anime sword. I think that's pretty cute. But other than that, not too bothered about them. I love the fact that they've done Micromasters again. I've lived to see Micromasters on shelves again. I mean, I don't know if I was alive when Micromasters actually hit shelves, but they were very much around when I was growing up because they were kind of turned up in car boots and charity shops when I was wee. Yeah, you can see the wee arc being launched on the shuttle, the arc being launched on the shuttle, the arc being launched on the arc. That's That's something that you want to see from the War from Cybertron. I mean, I guess that's the last thing that happens in the War for Cybertron is that they just leave Cybertron. He's a Decepticon. I was going to ask, but see the Takara Tomy logo? Am I just daft, or is that just recently turning up on Transformer Toys over here? Was it on the Power of the Primes and Titans Return and Combiner Wars, lads? I don't remember it being. But then again, I don't pay much attention to the packaging unless it's Boss. I'm going to see if I can keep as much of these as I can. Because they're boxes that seem to be resealable. So I'll see what I can do. Yeah, we're just gonna talk now while I clip. He looks very nice. I'm looking at his chest. The paint on these guys is really cool. The molding's really cool. I'm very much into all the layers of detail. Is that all of them? Oh no, his guns. He's got 2 guns. Yeah, they're giving you more accessories with your guys now, or they seem to be giving you more accessories. And this guy has his own built-in gimmick because he's a deluxe guy, but he's 2 vehicles. So Siege is definitely giving you more for your money. I want to say it didn't feel like I was paying that much more for Skytread. I want to say he was as much as a kind of Power of the Primes Deluxe. Maybe I'm wrong on that. If I am, let us ken. Oh, he's very dumpy. He is very dumpy. I don't know if the camera gives off his proportions. He feels a wee bit light, definitely relatively lighter than the Megatron. I know with the Megatron's more stuff, so he's heavier, but I mean, scale-wise, he doesn't feel like he's as dense as he would be if he was as big as Megatron. This is just waffle. I am in love with him. He's great. I love wee generic dudes, mook suits. I love them. They are great. Look at the camera is not doing his head sculpt justice at all. Let me see if I can wax lyrical about it. It's a lovely little square bonce with a lovely red visor. I don't know, was it myself or was it in one of Thu's videos where he talked about Skytread or the Skytread head, or someone was talking about it, or I was thinking about it or something. I can't remember where this idea has come from basically, but he feels like a Bond villain mook that you would see because he's on the wee. Is that something Thu said? I'm not sure if I'm stealing that, but if I am, basically let me know if I'm stealing things or being wrong, because it would super help. Oh, right. His knees are very strong. And it looks like a little bit of mold flash. I don't know if it'll come up on the camera. Looks like a wee bit of mold flash in the knee. Hopefully that's just not the knee, breaking from being used. I know there was trouble with these, as I was saying at the start of the video. No, his waist swivel's not locked in. He's got like the front and the nose cockpit thing that you'd think would lock in the thing, but his waist swivel's below that, which you think would be not problem. They'd know how to do that on most things, but it comes up a lot, that. The jet nozzle. The nozzle of the jet. Should we aim it down? I don't know. I've never come up with a good way to actually aim the camera. He's proper. He is proper. It's him that I would like super wanted from the Decepticon reveals, because like none of the Autobot reveals are necessarily super wanted. There was nothing that really grabbed other than Cog. It was Cog and Skytread that I super want, and now we've got Skytread. He looks kind of wee. I don't know, for a deluxe. I'll have to like put him next to other deluxes to see if he's any different. But he seems good. He seems good. He's very military. He's a very military bot. Like, he's a military generic man. The tank tread feet do a lot for me. Like, it's cool that they're like mostly there, and he can roll. Can he roll on his feet? Oh, that'd be great. I'll test that out when I've got more space. And he's got plug-and-play ports, it seems, everywhere. Yeah, Skytread. I want to say that Skytread's is like an absolute winner, but I know people have had trouble with him. Look at that elbow bend. That is cracking. This is something that came up yesterday on Twitter. Hollowness. I go back and forth on liking Hollowness. I say liking Hollowness, not hating Hollowness, because it doesn't feel good, actually, to be honest, when I'm moving his arms, because they're so hollow. They're so very hollow, and they don't look bad necessarily, but moving them by the hand, doing that with them, feels a bit bad, which is a shame. But we'll see. This is like 30 seconds into holding them, so I'm sure we can like work ways around that. But yeah, hollowness. Because like that's not too bad. Like, the only hollowness on him is his wee bits there, his wrists. Which isn't bad, because you could I'm just tired. You could have hollow backs these things, but no, his wee tank treads are in there. That's hot. I bet they just kind of they just go down like that and make a tank. That's cool. That feels good. That definitely feels good. It feels good. His wee fuselage. I don't know aircraft, so if I'm using words wrong, it's because I don't know what they mean. Feels a wee. It's not as flimsy as it could be, but it feels a wee bit flimsy. Yeah. It's mad that he exists. It's mad that he exists at all. It's mad that they've done both of the Geocons. It's mad that they've done all the things that they have. Like, for as much as I complain about them doing G1 Megatron, G1 Optimuses every bloody 5 minutes, it's not like we haven't also had these, like, this madness at the same time. So, like, it's only really a problem where you go to supermarkets and you see Cyberverse and it's nothing but Optimuses and Megatrons and Soundwaves and that. If you can get your hands on, or if you can get yourself into a toy shop, hopefully they'll have Generations lines where you can just get mad stuff like this. But I am well chuffed with him. Let me put him there. He can go there. And I'll get his guns. I'm going to have to tidy up in here because it's nothing but packaging everywhere now. And hopefully we're going to keep this packaging. I know I'm a hoarder, so like I try not to keep boxes, but they do seem quite nice. And, why throw out a nice box? Do these guns combine into like a super gun? They do. They do combine into a super gun. I wish, like, this is pretty good for, Transformers accessories in the modern era, but I wish they were wider, because, like, see, when you do a super gun like that, it doesn't necessarily always. I'm preparing to eat my words here, because, like I say, I'm not as you know, because you've been literally watching me unbox them, as you know, I've not actually tried to do anything with this. But my point was going to be, when they do super guns that combine together, they're usually quite thin and spindly, especially on the Combiner Wars ones, and they didn't look very super, if you know what I mean. Although, maybe we can get something going here. Can we make like skytread a sniper? That'd be cool, because he's a military guy. Oh, I just tried to move his head for the first time there, and it was a bit stiff. Yeah, that's fine. That's basically fine. Look at that. He's like a tank jet sniper man. I was watching Gundam Unicorn on the animes on the Netflix, and there was an episode where there was like a sniper in like a jet flying about, and it was like a Zaku 1 or something. I just want everything to do with that. If you've got links for Amazon Zaku 1 snipers, send them my way, because I couldn't find them when I was looking there. And I was fair taken with that wee robot. I love like a terrible old thing doing well when it shouldn't. Let's see, you can put him in his hands. That's the test. Can the toy hold his guns? You can hold his wee gun. You can go pew 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 pew. There's paint on his gun, which is good. There's a wee bit of mold flash and stuff, but that's, I don't know if I finished my thought about hollowness. Yeah, hollowness is basically fine as long as it's not too egregious. As long as it's not, taking the mickey. Then it's basically fine by me. And I was making this point on Twitter yesterday. I don't know if I made it well. I was pretty sleepy when I was making the point, but I don't care. Like, I know it's them being honest when they put out their renders or whatever. They put out their pictures of their toys, their big reveals, right? Because they revealed Impactor last night, and it looks like a good toy, and I'm sure it's as good as these. Like, there's not going to be bad. But like, the first thing I felt looking at the image was like, it was like lunging towards the screen with its like hollowness showing, and like, that's probably the best thing. It's probably best that they show off the hollowness so you know what you're buying, and you know how to temper your hype. But at the same time, I kind of have to temper my hype, because like, I can see how hollow it is, and like, it's not that hollow. It's not the worst offender, but like, it is hollow. And like, why lead with that? Like, why lead? Like, other than just sheer blatant good guy honesty, why lead with that? I know I'm literally asking for toy companies to lie to me. Like, I know that's basically what I'm doing, but to a certain degree, like on your first image, on your first like render, your CAD model, just lie a wee bit. Like, it's fine. Like, wait until like the actual pictures come out. Like, I know I'm arguing for a bad thing here. I know I'm digging a hole, but like, I want to be hyped about your toys, and like, it's cool that you're being honest and all, but come on, a wee cheeky lie. I'm not going to mind that much. Like, I'll be sad. I'll be sad when it goes down the line and like you show off a bit of hollowness. But at that point, I'll be like hyped for the toy, and I'll be like, it's fine. I'm hyped. Like, I'll work through the pain of the hollowness, because I'm not that much of a picky collector. I don't even consider myself really a collector, but I usually just buy what I see. Case in point with these lads, they were the only two there. But with hollowness, just lie a wee bit. Just lie about the hollowness. It's literally fine. Like, it's nobody's gonna kick off too much. Like, everybody that'll kick off will kick off anyway. So I'm just playing with them off screen. You can do some jetting. Like, jet transformers, I feel like get away with, like, even if they have the same plausibility as like a car, you feel bad. You feel better about the jet one, because you can cock his leg a bit and be like, oh, look, he's flying. And it creates these kind of warm, super robot feelings in your brain. But with the car one, it's just like, oh, you can do the same stuff, but it doesn't feel like you can do as much. These have been my hot takes on the Siege line of toys. I've plugged. I feel like it's tradition to plug like guns into Decepticons' arms, Megatron style. They're emulating their da. Like, they've got a da. He keeps his gun on his hand, or his med kit. Spoilers on his hand, and I didn't mean to spoil them. I actually feel pretty bad. But like, I don't know. Am I going to feel like a spoiler warning in this video? Probably not. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm just doing these to get them out of the way so I can play with the toys. Skytread. What a revelation. I want to like pull them apart, but I also don't want to pull them apart, because maybe that's what broke on the other people's. He seems fairly well like stuck together. It looks like there's some kind of bit in there that's holding them in place. Dare I? No, I don't. I don't dare. We'll look at the instructions. Probably tomorrow. depending on how I'm feeling. I usually don't care that much about alternate modes all that much. They're not essential to the process of enjoying Transformers for me. I mean, Skytread is going to be great because he's a gimmick boy with 2 ones, and they're both like, can't really go far wrong with the tank and the jet, and like a burgundy and brown jet at that wee generic boy. I'm going to put him next. I'm going to set him on the desk. He's got big feet. He's great. Can he have even bigger feet? Because it looks like some of his inner bits like extend. Is that how that works? No, that's just for the transformation. That'd be funny if he had like heel spurs. Like if they felt the need to give this giant Sideshow Bob man heel spurs. But I'm going to put him there, and I'm going to bring out the Megatron from the previous video that you hopefully watched, because we're building an empire here, and you need to watch the content. Yes, look at that. I'm going to put him like that. He is quite a lot shorter. I mean, I'll show you him in a second. I'm just going to take him in. He's quite a lot shorter than his Decepticon, and that's fine. These Voyagers, I feel bad about calling them Voyagers for some reason. I don't know why I don't think these are Voyagers, but yeah. Decepticon, he is a lovely general man, and then there's Skytread next to him. His wee son, his wee generic Legion of 1,000 Decepticon. Like, did you not just see like a million of these? Like he like use. If you're ever going to make like War for Cybertron games, like you say, like you're going to make Transformers the third-person shooters or first-person shooters or whatever, just use Skytread as like a generic Decepticon, because look how military and funny he is, and you could do stuff where he splits apart. And there's your Decepticon. They look lovely together. The battle damage looks great. It doesn't even look like Skytread has that much battle damage, really. Let's have a look at them. Look at them together. It doesn't really look like he has all that much, to be fair. It's on his sides. I wonder if, it'll come from the tank. He's got it on his shoes appropriately enough. That's funny. Yeah, these are good toys. I'm well glad I got them. There's something weird about his size, though. He feels like he feels legendsy, like Scout class legendsy or something. I know he's deluxe size. He probably isn't that much weirder than anybody. He probably isn't wee. But there's something weird about it. Maybe it was like a byproduct of them doing because they did the Legends. Why can't I remember size classes? I've only been talking about these for like 3 years solid. The wee guys, the Scouts class guys, Battle Trap. Maybe he's smaller to kind of mesh with them better. Because I saw someone on Instagram posted them switched, because they can switch together. I thought that would look daft, but I think it looks fine-ish from what I remember. I don't know. I'm not shouting because it's like late at night, so there's a lot of talking high-pitchedly. Yeah, these are cool guys. You don't need me to tell you that, though, because you're into Transformers, so you probably already had these months ago. Has it been months already? Did they come out in December? Did they come out in early January? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's been fun. Tune in every day for daily content where we talk about toys or comics or anime. General nerd dealings, really. There's always something on the go on the channel. I want to get used to saying the channel, because that's what big YouTubers say. I'm getting into all the ways of the YouTuber, like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out our Patreon. Stuff like that. You get early access to videos, or at least videos that I put up early. There's a Lego blind bag on there that hasn't been put on the public one yet, I want to say. I'm not quite sure, but yes. If you want to see more Transformers content, let me know in the comments, and then I'll do some Transformers stuff, because I've got a billion of them, and we can have a break.